What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for showing up to the Big Homies Breakdown. I'm your host, Sean from SJS Exotics. I'm the big homie. And tonight is very special. The guest we have tonight is someone who's been very instrumental, actually, in the way I handle my breeding for my ball pythons. As- You know, I want to look at it as a business. So Billy was probably the right guy for that. So we got Billy from Mutation Creation tonight, and he's going to be coming in and talking about how he started things, what it took, what it's like to fall on your face, get back up, dust yourself off, and reload to do it again. So this man has given me a lot of inspiration just from his story, how he started, what happened. Um, as you guys will find out tonight, pretty pretty inspirational person. He's also very well known for his asphalt and freeway stuff. I mean, asphalt, as he calls it. Let's go ahead and hit this chat real quick and see how everybody's doing tonight before we bring Billy out. Hey, Kat, thank you. Appreciate you. What's going on, Mike? Appreciate you showing up. Mitzi, what's going on, Mitzi? Let's see. Benjamin Banger Payne NZ. Oh, that's my buddy from New Zealand. What's up, Benji? How's it going? Oh, welcome, Bates Pythons. First time. Go ahead and make sure you sub because I know you're going to like tonight's episode. So now we're through them little bit of comments right there. Uh, Without further ado, I am bringing out the big boss.
What's going
Billy,
on, guys?
welcome to the show, man. Thank you
How you
for
doing,
being
brother?
here, sir. Doing great. How about yourself, man?
Good, man. No complaints. And even if I did, nobody wants to hear it. No one gives a shit. They just, yeah, whatever. We all got our own issues. So,
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, at least I don't think we're doing any rants tonight, right?
You
We're
never
good.
know.
Yeah. You never know, dude. We could definitely get into rants if we want to.
Who does
Let's see.
those?
Oh, yeah. So, Billy, this show is about breeders of all kinds,
Okay.
usually just in the reptile industry. So, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself, introduce yourself, and we'll get things rolling that way.
Yeah, I'm Billy Rose. I'm owner of Mutation Creation. I got my first ball python in like 96, 95, 96. And started really getting into, picking up ball pythons to breed them, 99, 2000. And haven't really looked back. Just, full steam ahead.
Yeah, man. I've definitely been following you for a long time, and when you say full steam ahead, oh my god, bro, there's no stopping you at that point. Um, you can probably do the most multitasking out of any dude I know right now.
I try, right? That's, ADHD helps, right? I got really hyper.
Yeah, for sure. That
You know,
definitely has to help for
lots of
sure.
energy too. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
get her done.
So what originally got you into wanting to do reptiles and specifically for you ball pythons, right? Because that's kind of what you're commonly famously known for, right?
Yeah. So, in like 96, I got my first ball python and had it as a pet. And about 6 to 8 months later, when I got it, back then they were like subadult and adult wild caught that were, brought in from Africa. So when I got this thing, I couldn't even believe you could own one of these snakes. I was into fish, and I ended up seeing this, and I'm like, wow, you can own these things? Like, this is crazy. So I ended up buying like the tank, the whole setup, and walked out with this ball python. I don't even know if it was a female or a male. It was just like a big, cool ass snake that I owned. And, looking at it, I'm like, what's this all over its face? It had ticks and mites. And I learned how to deal with that. And it wasn't like now you could sort of Google stuff and all that information on how to do stuff was there. It was like, what do I do? And so you had to really hunt. And back then it was like dial up. So everything took forever. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I think I had to log in through AOL, you know, that like,
And
people are like, what the hell's that? But anyways,
that
I
was
learned
America Online for those that don't know.
I learned how to deal with those, and you know, wouldn't eat, and I was trying to do everything to learn how to eat, and you were sort of on your own back then. And unfortunately, the animal did pass because it wasn't eating, and it was probably unhealthy, and probably had parasites from the wild when it was brought in. So when I went back to the place I bought it from, I'm like, hey, you know, do you have any more? They're like, no, not yet. And he's like, you know what? You should go to this place called Port Credit Pet Center. And I'm like, oh, I live in Mississauga. It's actually 10 minutes away from me. Go in there. They specialize in reptiles and snakes and all types of stuff. And I'm like, what? A store just for, yeah, it's like, yeah. So I expect to go in there and just see snakes and stuff. I'm walking in and I've seen animals and reptiles I've never even seen before. Millipedes, centipedes. They had like boas. They had Burmese pythons. Like look at the size of this thing. They had chameleons. They had geckos. They had frogs. They had salamanders. They had like everywhere I looked, I'm like, there's all these lizards, you know, cool little green tree with branches. I'm looking like, oh my God, look at them. I'm looking at every cage. I was like, I was blown away at all these different animals. And from there, I end up getting another ball python. I end up getting a bearded dragon. And then I got a trio of bearded dragons. Then I got a veiled chameleon. I got a nosy bee blue panther chameleon. I end up getting sand boas, cave geckos, leopard geckos, fat tails. I had this little room with all these different animals.
Bro, you sound just like us when we all start out.
Yeah.
We're like, buy everything.
Yeah. And I just went and bought all this cool stuff. And then I realized I really hated dealing with crickets, you know, and powdering them and doing this, putting on the calcium and the vitamins and shaking them in, doing that, picking them out of the water dish. If they didn't eat, you know, you'd hear them, all the cricket noises. And it's just like, man. So I eventually started really getting into the snakes more. So I started getting rid of, you know, the reptile type animals and more into the snakes. And from there, I guess I just didn't really enjoy the look, like the colors of the corns and the kings, and you know they're all amazing, but I just didn't. It wasn't to me. I just didn't interact with it like I did with the ball python. The ball python, it looked, you know, and I was a little too scared to get into the bigger snakes like the boas, because like you know, so I'm like, you know what? I don't want to get into the bigger snakes, and the smaller snakes ain't cool enough for me. The ball python is just perfect. And I got into
I think
it,
that's what a lot of people run into, right? Like, they don't want to do the big snakes yet. They don't want to do the tiny ones, though. Ball pythons fit in perfect.
I just think it's a perfect beginner snake. I really do.
Yep, because the corns are kind of squirmy and fast. Ball pythons just want to ball like up for the most part, you know?
So one thing, like corns and kings, any colubrid, when they go after you, they keep going after you. A ball python, if it does strike you, it goes into a ball and it moves away. The ball python isn't keep coming at you all the time, unless you're really pissing it off. But you know,
or you're trying to take eggs
or something. Yeah. So, but yeah, I just really enjoyed the ball python. And at the time I got in, there wasn't even morphs. The only thing that they had was
pastel?
Pastel. I think came in like 2001, 2002, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So when I got in and I started doing the research, like 97, 98, it was pied, albino, xanthic, genetic stripe, and there's another one. Even before clown, But we had these things called blackbacks, and other ones that just had, like, you could tell it wasn't really a normal. It looked different. They were more darker black, and it was like the dorsal was thicker and darker. We called them blackbacks. And then eventually the morph started coming in. And when the morph started coming in, it's just like, oh my God, look at this. And then another thing. And then you mix them together, and then you make holy moly. It was just incredible. So, I mean, I was hooked from the start.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Do you remember what that first snake was that made you go, you know what, this is probably bigger than just a hobby now. I probably could make money doing this.
Well, I mean, when the pastel came out, it was amazing. And then super pastels, um, um, lemon blasts, pastel pinstripes were incredible.
Hmm.
And then, I mean, we weren't even really making combo pied stuff. Like, it was just like, ooh, pastel pied. You know, nothing mind blowing compared to today. But it was back then, it was mind blowing because now there's so many incredible things. It's like, how can we make this even more incredible? And we do, which is crazy. Back then, it was like, wow, you got 3 or 4 genes, and then wow, then another gene, and it kept exponentially growing to, we will never see every single combo ever in our lifetimes.
There's
It's
no way. There's too many of them.
it's incredible. And
There's
then
just way too many
yeah,
of them.
and then you start adding like a double recessive to all those combos, and then the triples, and it's inevitable. There's no no, not inevitable. Inevitable, not
The
um
snap.
it's there's no end to the possibilities. It's incredible.
Oh yeah, I love the fact that there's endless possibilities. Like, I've got Arroyo in my collection. The best I could do is a pastel Arroyo, possibly yellow belly for the male. Like, nobody else is really working with it. It's old as dirt, but you know what? I love what it does in champagne. I love what it's doing in some of these other things. And as soon as I get it into that clown pie boy I was telling you backstage about,
Hmm.
oh, it's gonna be over for me.
Yeah, there's a
I
lot
mean,
of
that's a milestone, right? Because that's the whole project. I'm putting him into it.
yeah, there's a lot of genes that just get like pushed to the side because people just are chasing something else or something new or something different. And
Right.
that's like one thing is I've had freeways now since 2009. So this is my 17th year with freeways, and they'll probably always be a staple here. I love my freeways. I love the super asphalt stuff. I love what it's doing into clown and other combos. So,
But all
and
right, so I gotta stop you there, man. Tell me about this asphalt or
yeah,
asphalt as you call. Why is it asphalt and not asphalt?
we go asphalt.
Okay.
It's between us and the Australians. It's just to say it's just how we pronounce it.
Okay.
And it's weird because I when I look at it, I see how it's spelt, but it's not how we say it here, right?
Yeah,
It's
dude. I
just
remember looking for my first asphalt, and I was like, "Hey, you got any asphalt?" And he's like, "What the
yeah,
heck's that, dude?" And I'm like, asphalt. Look, you got one right there. He's all, dude, that's an asphalt. And I'm like,
yeah, we go
fucking Billy
asphalt.
said it's an asphalt, bro. What are you
Yeah,
talking
it's
about?
weird. Yeah. So it's the way we say it here in Australia, just like we say albino, right? Canadian sentiment, they say asphalt. Yeah, I mean, we say albino. In England and the UK, they say albino.
Yeah.
You know, tomato, right? but
Right.
I know it's pronounced that way. And I don't know why we say it that way, but it's just how we do.
So
You
it's
know,
all Canadians that call it an asphalt.
pretty much, yeah. Because
Wow.
it wasn't the gene, right? Like the
Yeah,
road
yeah.
or asphalt. So, we always just go, oh, we're putting more tar on the asphalt. Like, it's weird. But I've been
So how
saying it
did
for like
you?
so many years. It's just hard to change.
So how did you decide to go the direction of freeways? Because I mean, you're more famously known for freeways. When I started watching you, almost everything you were doing had some type of yellow belly asphalt interaction going into it.
Yeah. So I got my first one in 2009, and I just loved what it did. I sold all my super stripe stuff and some other um, animals. Back then, I sold my black exanthic male um, to fund to get my very first Freeway. So I got the Freeway, and I just love what it did. Um, at the time, you guys had highways, and I'm looking at them, the highways and the freeways. Freeways were darker, they looked a little different. And
Mhm.
then when the combo started coming out, like the pastel freeway looked totally different than the pastel highway.
Right.
So we were calling them highways in Canada up until 2000, and I'm going to say 11, 2012. Freeways were called highways, but then we started calling them the Canadian highway because they look different. Then when we started seeing more combos come out that they didn't look the same, and especially when the super asphalts and the super gravels came out, you can clearly see the difference. So that's when the person who came up with the freeways here in Canada, named Todd Constable, he said, "You know what? I'm calling them highways. I'm not calling them highways. I'm calling them freeways." So we started calling them freeways. And I remember in 2013, I bought his whole collection off of him. I bought all the original stock that came from the wild of Africa. I bought all of his breeders because every year I'm spending like $20,000-$30,000 with this guy, buying one or two of these animals. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, wow, I need that. And I was just setting up because I love what they did. So I just ended up buying him out. And from there, just seeing the combos. And I remember trying to sell it in like 2014 and stuff when I was starting to make my own, when I had his collection and all my stuff growing up. I was actually making them, and I would be calling guys in the States, and they're like, "Nah, dude, like, we got so much of it down here." I'm like, "You got hardly any freeway. It's fucking highway, Billy." I'm like, "It's not. It's different." And they're like, "It's the same shit." I'm like, "Okay, but I see the difference." So, and I'm glad I
Yeah,
didn't
that
listen.
had me confused for a while when I first started too. I was like, "Oh, I don't know the difference." They're telling me that's a highway. I don't know what it is. I know Billy makes it with the asphalt and the yellow belly.
Yeah.
It's
So, I
a
mean, they're
highway.
very similar, but just it's a
Yeah.
different palette. And the supers look totally different. So, um, I just worked the one project. I didn't want to work gravel or highway into my projects. So, there were a few collections that I purchased, and they had some gravel and freeway. I would sell them. I mean, a highway. I would sell those right away because I didn't want to get into having two different lines and confusing them or mixing them up.
Yeah, that could happen. That happens
So
a lot actually.
I just stuck with the freeway and kept going and haven't looked back. And I'm still making some stuff. Like last year, I hit the world's first special freeway monsoon. So this year,
Mm.
I should be hitting super asphalt monsoons. So
Oh my
I hit
god, bro, I gotta see those. I gotta see those.
yeah.
Get with me
So
after the show, bro.
it's just awesome. I mean, like I'm really excited, and I like monsoon, and I got a lot of stuff with freeway, and I
Speaking
got
of monsoon,
what's that?
um, I said speaking of monsoon, what do you see that might be that one gene that's actually gonna be, you know how like clown has that one gene that's made for clown, like special. I kind of love special in a clown. It's kind of nice to me,
Uh,
anyways.
well, leopard in monsoon really speckles the monsoon pattern. Not only that, if you have it with pastel, because pastel monsoon takes the sort of like sands and blasts the pattern away, wipes it away. When you have leopard, it keeps the pattern there. Because
Oh
I was
wow,
probably I was the first in the world to make a leopard monsoon, and I was the first to make a leopard pastel monsoon. And
sure.
still to this day, the pastel leopard monsoon still has the pattern and looks amazing.
That's crazy, man. Just there's so much to do with that monsoon gene, man. It's definitely like pinstripe where it's just overpowering, right? Like it's
Yes.
just super right there.
There'll be
Like
something that really works well with it or dominates its pattern. I'm sure. Like,
I like how it looks in pies. That's
yeah,
freaking awesome in pies, man.
yeah. Austin made an amazing one. I mean, he has
Yep.
one that's just like, what the? I think there's something else going on in there. You never know, but it's just crazy looking.
You never know. Um, so have you produced any clown monsoons? Or are you in the works
I
of
haven't.
doing
So
that?
I'm in the works. So I've got I got breeders now. They're breeding now. I got double het monsoon clowns, double het monsoon labs, double het monsoon hypo, double het monsoon pied, double het monsoon G stripe, double het monsoon enhancer, DG,
Yeah.
uh,
I figured as
hypo
much, dude. You were
hypo
just gonna
pied.
put it to
I've
everything.
got triple hets and quad hets as well. So people were like, "How come you're not making all these monsoons?" Because I made doubles, triples, and quad combos. So, now when I do hit them, it's like, what the fuck's that? That's a 4 gene double, triple recessive monsoon. Like, I need a hell of a lot of odds, but I'll chase them. But
Right.
yeah,
So
like
you
I did a lot of monsoon combo to um like I got it to scrambler dreamsicles, to make triple hets. I got it to lightning pieds to make triple hets.
oh,
I've got triple hets growing up. So, I
that's
just
gonna be nice.
yeah, a MJ Exanthic Monsoon or MJ Exanthic Monsoon Pied. Oh my god. You know,
Fire.
it's crazy.
Right. Hey Billy, we're gonna head to a break real quick and we'll be right back.
Okie dokie.
Operation Deeds, Not Words 2 is dedicated to empowering and uplifting disabled veterans and first responders through unwavering support, meaningful resources, and real opportunities that honor their service and sacrifice. Our mission is to build a thriving, impactful organization driven by the shared vision, commitment, and accountability of our team, because when we work together, there is no ceiling on what we can accomplish.
We are equally committed to the growth of our team members, actively encouraging them to expand their voices, followings, and businesses as essential pillars of our mission. Being part of Operation Deeds, Not Words reflects great credit upon our members, uniting communities in the Fat Man Nation. Green Line morphs under a shared purpose rooted in service, resilience, and action-driven impact. Deeds, not words.
ReptileAds.com is the modern marketplace for buying and selling reptiles, amphibians, and exotic pets. Built by Purple Turtle Technologies, we're creating the most trusted platform in the industry. Join thousands of breeders and collectors on the most trusted reptile marketplace. List your animals, connect with buyers, and grow your business with Reptile Ads. Enjoy your easy access to stores as well as a genetic calculator for your convenience. Stop by and check us out today.
Introducing the Python Portal, a ball python breeder who works on snow and true ghost combos as well as the Tiger Dean.
We also offer many unique custom 3D printed accessories, as well as custom merch, so don't forget to stop by and check us out.
All right, y'all, welcome back. Thanks for waiting through those little commercials there. Hey, remember everybody, that time for the Deeds Not Words is coming up fast. Get your shirts. You can get beanies now. As a vet, I think it's amazing what they're doing, and all the proceeds are going to Camp Freedom. So if you haven't got a shirt yet, hurry up and get you a shirt. Mitzi, put the can you put the email address in the chat for me, please? And make sure you guys go check that out. It's at fatmannation.com. It's pretty easy to remember, but we will have it in the chat just here temporarily. Hey, so Billy, welcome back. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
So I kind of wanted to touch on a little bit of the market now. You've been in this game for a long time. How do you feel about the current state of the ball python market? I mean, obviously you're not running away, so it's got to be somewhere that's better than it was before.
Yeah, well, I mean, one thing, I mean, this is like the fourth, I guess, recession that I've seen since I've been, dealing with ball pythons over the years. Yeah, I mean, it's not great financially, but if you're just doing this for the financial part only, it really sucks for you. A lot of us, I mean, have a passion for it. We love what we do. I've got 10, 15 more years of creating new crazy stuff. I'm not just throwing in the towel because the market's not that great. I've invested in and put lots of time in, and I want to see this to the end as best I can do. And, especially when there's so much to do, and it's not like we're all doing the same thing or chasing the same goals or the same projects. So
Right.
It's not like you're going to get defeated, right? There's a lot of people making some stuff that you might never do, but you can make some stuff that those people will never do. And if you're doing this to compete, you're probably already lost, because there's guys out there that don't even show their stuff or get out there socially and show their stuff off. And they've got stuff that's just like how?
Amazing.
Like how?
Right.
Yeah. The silent killers,
Yeah.
But I enjoy doing it. I still love, hatching season, and pairings and seeing and trying to hit the odds. It's just incredible.
Feels like Christmas when hatching season comes.
Always like that. I mean, I get excited when I see eggs. Never mind when they hatch. Just before I put them in the incubator, I'm excited.
That double head clutch, the double visual clutch we were talking about before the show. I was like this trying to cut the egg. It was my first ever double visual shot. So every egg was like I was shaking like this, and I'm like, straight line.
I don't think I shake. I don't even know. I mean, I might. I mean, who knows? But I'm not nervous. I'm excited, right? So
yeah, it's an excited kind of thing.
It
It's definitely not nerves. It's more so for me. It's excitement, because I'm like, oh my god, be a double visual.
One thing, the way with the market is, there's a lot of people that dropped out, just sort of sold their collection. Wasn't for them. I'm not sure what the reason is. It could be because the money wasn't rolling in, or they were in it for the wrong reasons, or they didn't set up their collections properly. So when, I know a lot of people, including myself, I have a lot more snakes than I should have. And, when the sales weren't there, I have all these mouths to feed and all this time constraints and, all this racking and overhead. It's easy to do all that when money's coming in, but when money doesn't come in, you sort of got to look. And a lot of people had projects and too many animals that didn't make sense. And, I call them breeder one projects. And if you have too many of those, it's just not good. And I tried to do on the Patreon, a sort of a tutorial or an education sort of like what was it, like a presentation and
I know what it's like. I had my collection broke down by that, man. I was one of
you're
the
one of
first
the
groups that did it. Yeah. Yeah.
and people sort of took it and goes, oh, this makes sense. Yeah. And
Shopping blog.
they started getting rid of stuff that was, very, base level genes or base level breeding. And then they sold 3 or 4 of those animals off to buy one better one, which is 4 times less the food, the time, the space, everything
Mhm.
else, and you get a better
100%.
outcome. And once they started doing that, they're like, "Oh my God, this is so much easier," and they felt it. So a lot of people got out of the industry, which means they're not going to be breeding lower end stuff. The market now, I think someone posted the other day, Morph Market has the lowest number of ball pythons for sale in over a decade.
Mm-hmm.
So that could be because people know not to make low end stuff or not as much. Some people that were in it got out, so that low end market isn't there. And if you looked, like even when there was 60,000 snakes for sale, when you looked at that, 45,000 was under $500.
Yeah.
And maybe 500, okay, maybe 500 or over 10 grand. And between 1,000 and 5 was maybe 12,000. And between 5,000 to 10,000, there was maybe 3,000. So if you take the 45,000 away, so any snake under $500, now you only have 15,000 snakes with 300 million people in the United States alone.
Yeah.
That's not a big fucking number. But there's 60,000. Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of it is low end snakes. And that's the thing. If you have a collection that can only make low end snakes, you're going to be sitting there and putting animals in a pool of 45,000 other snakes. And Dwight.
Hey, Dwight got it, man. Yeah, same here, dude. I watched that Breeder 1, Breeder 2 series on the Patreon, man, dude. It was like a flashlight turning on for me.
Yeah, I really hit home, right? And I think it was at the perfect time before, it was like almost 6 months to a year before the price drop. So you guys were selling those animals. I'm like, you know what? He's never steered me wrong. Like, it makes sense. Let me sell some of these low end stuff. And when they did, you still got decent money. And, then most people went out and bought, better upgraded, even yourself, upgraded the genetics.
And anytime you want your people to chop the new collection, I'm ready again.
But it was just awesome. And I'm glad that I was able to put what I know and what's in my head and put it to something where I keep saying it, but people aren't understanding, or it's going in one ear and out the other, or they're not listening to what I'm saying because they're too busy chatting in the chat. I'm not sure what it was, but I'd be looking at people's collections and I'm like, are you guys, what the fuck is this? Like, this is what I'm telling you not to do. And then another person, I'm like, how many times have, like, you guys aren't listening because, like, look at this. So when I did this presentation, I put it out there, people were like, holy shit. Now it's, oh my God, I get it. I'm that person. I don't want to be that person because look. So everybody started moving and upgrading and downsizing and upgrading the animals to have better odds and better genetics with less animals. And it's a win. So I was happy to do
the same way too. Yeah, definitely a big win that there are less animals out there on that market now.
Yep. And a lot of people now, I mean, I'm doing an expo a week tomorrow, next on the 31st on the Sunday. And I did one 5 weeks ago. A lot of people are buying awesome looking pets for their first time snake. So, cool looking, beautiful snakes sell. And then I had a lot of other people trying to look for certain animals, and they were doing their due diligence and looking. It's like, hey, I want this. I'm looking for this to breed to that. So people were actually, excited about breeding or looking for the right animals.
So when you pair your snakes, are you breed? I know the answer to this.
Okay.
Are you breeding more for visuals, long-term investment, or personal passion? And this answer probably may have changed since you've made the move just a little bit, right?
Correct. So I always try to knock all of them off, So I think 2004, 2000, and a bit of 2005, I was making stuff for the future, triples, quads, quints, just trying to take all these powerful genes and make, get other genetics and make more triples, quads, and quints and, hold them back. This year, I'm probably doing 20% of long shot stuff for the future. But I've dialed it back. I really want to fuck with the double and triple recessive stuff. I'm gonna eventually make quads, and I'm not gonna ever complain if I hit a quad. Oh my god, I got a quad recessive. This sucks. Like, it'll never come out of my mouth, right? But
it'll never come out of you. I'll slap you if it comes out of your mouth.
The chances of me trying to do that, and when you get into that, if you don't have the right male, you're shooting for like 2%, and 28%'s decent, and 70% of that clutch is nobody wants it. It's wholesale. And if you do that times 50 clutches and you miss on that 2%, 80%, 70 to 80% of what you make and all that time and effort, and you got to feed, that's all going to wholesale for peanuts. And there's no fun in missing all the time. And when you're chasing odds, like even 1 in 16, sometimes you miss. But if you're chasing 1 in 32 and greater, you're going to miss 90% of the time.
And the more genes that are involved, the more chances you have to miss.
It's crazy. So I want to go back to making beautiful, cool snakes, right? And then I also want to upgrade my stock so that my chances are 25 to 50% hitting the gold, and 25 to 50% of what I create is going to go to wholesale, right? So I'm trying to shift those numbers where stronger, better genetics with better odds compared to the long shots. And I've been chasing long shots we didn't have shed testing and other stuff back in the day, so we were holding tons of stuff back, always getting disappointed because the genes weren't there. You raise them up for several years, and damn it, you put the wrong one to the wrong one. Next year you'll do it, and you always got satisfaction. But now the satisfaction can come sooner, and not only that, you're going to know not to hold that animal because it isn't possible, or it isn't probable yellow belly or possible yellow belly. There's no yellow belly in it at all. Get rid of it because it's no good for your projects, because you need the yellow belly in that animal. So you sell it. So it'll save you time, money, and a lot of disappointment down the road.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you kind of touched on the next couple of questions I had. So I'm going to ask you, what's one pairing you made that completely exceeded your expectations, whether if it was this year or years past?
Well, I mean, I'm a Freeway guy, and I love banana. I got my first banana back in 2012 or 2013. 2012 or 2013, I got my first banana stuff. And it was stupid expensive. And when I hit the banana Freeway in 2016, it just took the best out. It was like the best banana combo I've ever seen, and the best Freeway combo I've ever seen. And that banana Freeway was just like two incredible genetics or combos that blew me away. But I've had a lot of other cool stuff, like even the special Freeway Monsoon is pretty cool, because the monsoon pattern comes right through to the eye stripe. So the full eye stripe has the monsoon pattern.
Didn't Monsoon have something tied to special anyways? Or
Well,
was it something else?
well, no, I mean it's not tied. I mean, I have a lot of Monsoon without special,
Oh, okay.
but when I bought so I bought a pastel special, which is a Mojave special. Sorry, a pastel crystal, which is a Mojave crystal is a Mojave special. And I bought a pastel Mojave special breeder male in 2010. That was the very first het monsoon known to the planet, and nobody knew.
Mm.
So he sold me the very first het monsoon on Earth and didn't even know. And the same year
You
I
didn't
bought
even know it.
I didn't know it until 2018, right? And thank God I hoard a lot of animals, and I was holding all these animals with all these crazy patterns. And I'm like, this is a Mojave, and this is a Mojave too. This one's crazy. I'm holding this one back. And I didn't even know. I just thought it was polymorphism. But it was
Right.
het monsoon. And now looking back, I'm like, oh my God, how did I not see this pattern? Because I really wasn't looking, you know? And I wasn't
Right.
that guy. It's like, wow, this looks different. It's got to be a new gene. Wow, look how nice. It's so bright. It's got to be a new gene. I never was like that. I was just taking cool looking shit and shoving it aside, you know? So it's pretty cool
100%.
how, like my male has to be the father of the animals that Dave bought in 2010 that created the very first monsoons in the world.
Mm.
It's pretty nuts. It's pretty
That
crazy.
is wild. Yeah, it
It's
is.
nuts.
So, what gene you think out there right now? Just like not even a recessive gene at all. Just your normal codons. What do you think is the most slept on right now, and maybe more people should be looking at that because it does some good things to the animal?
Well, I don't know about slept on, but I mean, the most controversial right now is Scrambler.
Yeah.
I want Scrambler in every single one of my animals. Every single one. A Scrambler to me is Orange Dream on steroids.
Yes.
And it does more than Orange Dream ever did.
Right. It's
Orange Dream
definitely
and
very-
Pied. If you take an Orange Dream and you put it to Pied, makes the Pied a little nicer.
Yeah, yeah.
You put Scrambler in, a Scrambler into Pied, it pulls 90% of the Pied pattern out in every single Pied. Way better than Enchi. Okay. So, Orange Dream Calico is nice. Orange Dream Scrambler Calico is fucking insane.
It's fire.
It's insane.
Yeah.
So I've got Scrambler going into Champagne, into Monsoon, and Genetic Stripe, and I think Scrambler's so strong. I would really like to see it add color and pattern into Champagne, and especially Enchi Champagne. So you've seen what Enchi Champagne does, right? That was like, oh my God, Enchi's going to save Champagne. Well, when I make Enchi Scrambler Champagnes and it does what I think it does, Enchi did shit to Champagne. And it's funny because when people come over and I open up my adults, they always say, oh, what's that super OD? I'm like, no, there's not even OD in that,
Damn.
So OD though, people think that are saying that Scrambler is just a line bred Orange Dream.
I mean, the chances aren't
I get it
zero
because it
on
came
that.
from Orange Dream. It all came from Aussie. And the thing is Orange Dream complements Scrambler, or Scrambler complements Orange Dream.
Okay.
But they're made for each other. But I'll take every single Pied I own. I want Scrambler in every single Pied I own. Scrambler clown combos that I've seen, I want Scrambler in every one of my clowns. I've got Scrambler Labs, I got Scrambler Hypos, I've got Scrambler in a lot of stuff. And I want Scrambler in every single one of my animals. Before I would have said I want OD. because OD is that gene that you can have, and it really works with anything. And you can also make a super OD. Scrambler, I think, is even better and more powerful than OD.
I can see why.
I've got animals downstairs that, I look and so say I have like a, what's one of them I've got? It also looks good, amazing with fire and vanilla. So I've got like pastel vanilla, Enchi, Mojave, Calico. It could be Orange Dream, Scrambler. And if I take the Scrambler out and I type in every other gene, it doesn't even, on a scale of 1 to 10, doesn't even come to a 2 compared to, just adding Scrambler. And that's the thing, is all these people, it's like, I can say, hey, here's this, and here's the Scrambler version. It's night and day. It's night and day. It's like putting an Ultramel with a fucking Monarch and saying, no, they look exactly the same. Are you fucking stupid? They're not.
They definitely don't look the same.
So, to me, and I'm not trying to convince anybody, I'll let the animals do. But all I know is I want to make the nicest looking animals that I can. And I think Scrambler's the way to do it.
I don't disagree with that at all. Hey, we need to figure out a way to get Benji to the States so he can actually see some snakes for his first time. Oh, dude, he lives in New Zealand, man. There's nothing out there.
Yeah, and they have like one of them. I think them in Australia have like the most restricted, import and exports.
Hey, speaking of Australian snakes, I'm getting a couple olive pythons coming in.
Oh, you're getting olives? Cool.
Yeah. And some carpets as well.
I had carpets way back in the day.
I love it.
I think in like 2005, 2006, I'm like, let me get into some big boy snakes. Let me get a carpet. So I got a carpet, and they were good. When you hooked them, I used the hooks to get them out. Once they came out, they were pretty awesome.
They're quite nippy in their own environment, but
never go stick your hand. It's not like a ball python, right? So I would get them out and bring them out, and they're but it's definitely not a beginner snake.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, but they are amazing.
But if you work with them as babies, like as a hatchling, and you work with them at least daily, they'll just get used to you as not being somebody trying to eat them.
But that's the thing, right? Like, end of the day, I want my snakes to be different and better looking than everyone else's. That's what we do. We want to make great snakes.
Yep.
And I've seen 3 gene, 4 gene. I've been making them for years. And then I add this thing called Scrambler, and it fucking blows me away. It's the exact same thing, right? And it blows me away. I'm like, wow. And if I can blow myself away by, making animals that I've always made, but turning up 20, 30%, like, wow.
Turn it up a super notch.
Yeah. And people think it's only linked. Oh, it's only linked to OD or Calico. I've got more of it. I've got less Scrambler OD than everyone else, because I didn't know I was breeding it to everything. I've got 5 or 6 breeder Scrambler dreamsicles, no OD in it, but I'll tell you, my dreamsicles look fucking 10 times better than anyone else's. It's brighter, the patterns there, less white, but I want to have my snakes that I'm making next level. And I really believe Scrambler's going to do it, because everything I've made with Scrambler, I have not been disappointed. When you add OD and fire, it even turns the notch up even higher. It's crazy.
Tell them, Billy.
And when you breed Scrambler to OD, it makes to me a nicer super OD.
Okay.
because
I can see how that works.
a lot of people that bought, even myself, I bought a Super OD right from Ozzy, and it wasn't a Super OD. And I'm glad it wasn't a Super OD because it was an OD scrambler.
Oof.
Because I'm wondering why I'm not making ODs in every animal.
Because it wasn't Super OD.
No,
It was
an
OD Scrambler.
And I'm
Oh,
glad because the stuff that I've been making, I'm just like, wow, this is so nice. Like, wow. Like, but it wasn't a Super OD. And, the very first, Mark Mandick, he bought the very first. So Ozzy made 2 Fire Super Orange Dreams back in 2011, 2012.
right.
Ozzy kept one. Mark bought the other one. I think he said he paid $11,500. Started breeding it. It wasn't a super. Oh, it was a Super OD, but it was a Super OD Scrambler because his OD stuff, and that's how he got it. He got Scrambler when he bought a snake from Ozzy as a Super OD.
Mm.
It's tough to see, especially when you don't know what you're looking for. And I've been producing them for like 5 years, 6 years before I realized what the hell I had. I was just calling it my new gene. So I'm excited about it. But another thing that I think is really cool is paint. I've got, some Freeway super asphalt paint stuff coming in maybe next year, the year after. I'm doing some breeding loans with some guys. I think it's pretty cool. I was looking at Limey. He has some crazy, paint stuff. And I'm like, wow, like hypo paint combos are awesome. And, Antoine from DPR and other people have made some crazy, paint clown stuff. And I'm like, oh my God. So that's something I'm dibbling and dabbling in.
Are you going to put your Scrambler into that?
Of course. 100%.
Of course.
Yeah. So what Scrambler is, what I've been noticing, it looks like an Enchi OD sort of combo mix, right? So if you took an Enchi and an OD and put it together, you'd make an Enchi OD. A Scrambler is like both those genes, but more subtle. But when you add Scrambler, so the Enchi OD look to Orange Dream, it pops. When you add it Fire and Yellow Belly and it man, I've got it in cinnamon, I've got it in Mojave, I've got probably 13 or 14 different genes in it. And I've got some of the craziest asphalts. I've made asphalts for 12 years. And I'll tell you, my Scrambler asphalts, best fucking asphalts I've ever made.
Any super asphalts in that Scrambler yet?
Oh yeah, I've made them. I sold them. I mean, I sold. So I have a guy that 3 years ago, his first snake he ever bought, he came to my table at the CRB and goes, "This is fucking beautiful. What is it?" And I had it labeled as an OD Calico Super Asphalt. It was a male. I had 5,500 on it. And he's like, "What's the best you'll do?" And I'm like, "It's the only one I got." Actually, no, I had 2 because I had one. And I'm like, "It's the only one I have for sale. It's the only one in the world. And I'll do 5. So he thought about it, came back, gave me $5,000 for it. He bred it this year. And he's like, "Dude, look at these fucking things. What the fuck?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, you got Scrambler." And he goes, "Really?" He asked everyone else. He goes, "Yeah, everyone else says that's Scrambler." So I sold him an OD Calico Scrambler Super Asphalt. The baby he's made, fucking mind blowing. And I'm like, fuck, and of course I don't have the original male because I used it for 2 years and sold it like a moron. And now I know that I have Scrambler. So now I'm looking, like, damn. But I sold Craig, shout out to Bash Coder. I sold him and I went back, started like, oh my God, what else did I make? And then I typed up and I found all the pairings and I found the IDs, went on Morph Market and I typed up things that I sold as Calico. Okay. And then I went and did Calico and all this stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's Calico. That isn't Calico. That's Scrambler. That isn't calico, that's scrambler. So I call people up. I'm like, hey, man, I just want to let you know that animal I sold you isn't calico. I mis-ID'd it. It's scrambler. And they're like, what? They were even happier. And of course. So Craig has an adult female that is an orange dream. It could be calico, but it's tough to say with the scrambler because calico in Freeway doesn't really do that like what you expect calico to do. But I labeled it and sold it to him as an OD Calico Super Asphalt. But there's definitely scrambler in it because it's incredible looking. It aged way better than the ones that don't have scrambler. And the pattern is, now that you see it, it's like, fuck, how did I not know? Why did I not know? I was just thinking I was making these incredibly beautiful snakes. Mine must be better because, I have the original asphalt line. No, it's because there's another gene. But you don't want to be that guy where every time you make a nice looking snake, oh, it's got to be a new gene in there, So
Yeah.
this time when I start making better shit down the road, I'm gonna sit there and go, well, I don't know how this is. I'm gonna start digging because it's happened quite a bit. I've been pulling out het monsoons for 6 years before I found out that I had monsoon, and then
is that scrambler the one you were referring to as that weirdo gene? But
no.
You didn't want to call it weirdo because they already had like a thing on weirdo.
Yeah, so no, that was that weirdo. I still have some. I'm gonna probably sell. I kept a lot of females. I'm gonna try it one more time, or I'm gonna take some females and put it into something else because the pattern it's really weird. But no, weirdo is when I bought it. I bought a collection in 2013, and I'm unbagging the snakes and putting the labels on, and next thing you know, it's like weirdo 2, weirdo het ghost. And I'm like, what the fuck's a weirdo? I look it up online. Don't even know. I don't know what a weirdo is. So I call him. I'm like, hey man, what's this weirdo shit? He goes, yeah, that's not a gene. I just thought they were weird looking. I'm like, well, they definitely are. I've never seen anything like these things. He goes, I just called them weirdos. So never been able to make a super weirdo, but every time I breed them, half the animals look weirdo and half don't. They just look like a normal, and the other ones look like almost het tri-stripe stuff. Like all the saddles are blended. The neck saddle is bled together like 8-9 inches, and they're really weird and gold and dark. So, but no, that has nothing to do with my new gene. So if you ever go back to like 2017, 18, 19 in my videos, I'd always say my new gene. And I said way back then, my new gene looks like an orange dream Enchi, but more subtle.
Yeah.
And when Mark Mandic came out 3 years after that and said, hey, this is sort of like, what a scrambler looks like. Here's what it interacts. Here's all these different interactions. And I saw it and I'm like, holy shit, that's my new gene. And then I started showing other people and bringing them to the show, and everybody walks up and is like, yeah, that's scrambler. That's scrambler. Yeah, that's scrambler. And I sold some of this, animals off to other people locally, as new gene, right? Like I said, I'm just going to sell it to you for what, here's the dreamsicle. I think it's a new gene because it looks crazy. Here, I'll sell it to you as a dreamsicle. And then they started making stuff and showing people, and they're like, yeah, that's scrambler, and that's scrambler, that's not that scrambler. So obviously the male scrambler. So, but it's pretty crazy. But, with the stuff that's already out there that some guys are making with scrambler, it's incredible. Chris Hernan, Mark Mandic, I mean, it's incredible. Other people are into it. I'm into it, but I'm going to just let my animals speak for myself. You go, even if nobody wants to buy the scramblers, okay? Scrambler, everybody wants to have a test, and without a test, it's not real. It's so fucking stupid, right? Like 30 fucking years of ball pythons, we've never had tests, and we were able to ID animals and see how it works and interacts with our eyeballs, but no one, okay, it is what it is. So say what? Guess what? Scrambler does not exist. We don't find it. Nobody believes in it. Cool. Then I will sell my Orange Dream Yellow Belly Pieds that have scrambler, but I can't use the word scrambler anymore. I'll put them on Morph Market, and they will sell 10 times faster than all you other fuckers orange dream yellow belly pies, because mine is all fucking crazy, twice as bright, full patterned. So you don't want to believe in Scrambler? Cool. All my Scrambler animals will sell all before all your shit.
Hey folks, he's on a
I'm not on a
roll,
rant.
man.
Like,
He's on a roll.
you know, it's like, you know, people, oh, I can't see the difference. And you need fucking glasses. Like, you know, it's crazy. So I love it. That's why I'm working it. I'm going to put it in every single fucking animal I own. Every single one. So
It shouldn't be a reason why not, right? I mean,
I've never been disappointed with a Scrambler combo, ever. And to me, everybody's like, Orange Dream is the go-to. Scrambler is. And when you put Odie and Scrambler, best combination.
Yeah, I love Orange Dream, Super Orange Dream. Freaking, I'm gonna have to get some Scrambler one of these days, because I love that orange. That, oh, the deeper the orange, the better for me.
It's crazy. So, you know, when people, oh, look at my orange Mandarin, my Mandarin hypo, and I have a Scrambler Mandarin hypo, you won't even say Mandarin hypo ever again, because it'll be next level. And there's no other gene that can highlight and make an animal the way it does than Scrambler. You know? I mean, I got some Scrambler stuff that's nicer than my enhancer stuff. How? Yeah. But there's certain combos, right? Like, you know, you got to have certain things mixed. But I'll show it. I'm not going to tell it. I'll show it. But like I said, I want to do another year or two of breeding. And then it's like, I'll just put stuff out there when I have a lot of it. You know, Super Orange Dream, Yellow Belly, Asphalt, or I don't know, some sort of animal. I won't even say Scrambler. And it'll be the nicest looking one compared to all other ones in that category. Mine won't even look, it'll be like, what the fuck? Like, is that Photoshop? Why is that so incredible compared to all the others? No idea.
That's wild, man. I love that Scrambler, dude, and I can't wait to see how it works out.
And that's the thing is, you know, I talk and I talk and I talk. I don't take my videos down. I've said, you know, 8-9 years ago, everybody used to ask me, what is the most slept on gene on the planet right now? Hypo, 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 hypo. I've been saying hypo for 8 years. I was right. You know, 90% what I say, holy shit, it came true. Wow, it's there, you know. And Scrambler, I want to have Scrambler and everything. I love it. It's one of my favorites, if not my favorite. And you know, it's hard to take away from Freeway and Super Asphalt for what I've done in 15, 16. This will be my 17th year with it. But it's like I found something new. Like, wow, you know. Same thing with people with the Bang, right? They saw the Bang and it's not OD. They tested it for OD, and you know, there's some nice combos. You know what'll make Bang even nicer? Scrambler. Just saying. But like, you know, I love it, and I breed for what I like, and I put genes in my animals to make them look good, and that's why I like the enhancer. That's why I love the Scrambler, what it does. And, you know, it's like people are like, oh, I can't really see the Scrambler on its own. Well, you can if you look and you know, it's like, look at OD, just OD on its own. It's nothing special. Look at Yellow Belly on its own. It's nothing special. You know, look at Asphalt and Gravel on its own. It's nothing special. But when you have the right combo, it's incredible. So I'm excited.
I'm excited for you, man. I mean, damn. Well, Billy, we've come up against it, man. And if anybody would like to reach out to you or get a hold of you or get maybe one of them freeways from you or some of them scramblers or whatever, how can people get a hold of you, Billy?
My new phone number, 1-800-SCRAMBLER. Hold on, will that even work? SCRAMBLER. That's 9. So scram. Yeah. Hold on. SCRMBLR. Take out the vowels. Scrambler.
I'm smart. SMRT.
No, the best way to reach me is Instagram or info@mutationcreation.com. I have my animals listed on Morph Market. I have them on Reptile Ads, and also on my HP store. You can go to my website, mutationcreation.com. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, starting TikTok here and there. And I also have YouTube.
I have a hard time getting into the TikTok, man.
Me too. I do the odd thing.
I think it's because we're older.
Yeah, I mean, I can start doing.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I
can't
don't
do
know.
all that junk, man.
Oh, no.
Oh,
It is
too
what
old
it
for
is.
that shit.
But yeah, no, I just want to produce some cool snakes, impress myself, open up my racks and be blown away, and have other people buy animals and look at them and go, wow, this is one of my favorites. And wow, like I love it. And, like even you, I mean, those animals grew up and you bred them, hit your first double recessive, so I love that. Like I get a lot of people, hey, I just, I got a guy that bought like 5 or 6 snakes from me, first year breeding. And he has one that laid 13 eggs, another one that laid 11 eggs. And he's like, holy shit. And not bad for his first 2 clutches. Right. But I gave him big females, right, that I didn't need anymore. And it's good when I'm done with those animals, they still serve a purpose to someone else, right? So
100%.
And then eventually when he's done with them, he'll purpose them off to somebody else that'll be their breeder females, and he'll upgrade or stuff, or have the animals that he made replace them. And that's what we do. We take care of animals. We do what we want and breed them and take care of them and admire them, and then pass them off to someone else, right? And keep that thing going. So it's fun.
It's a lot of fun, man. I love the feeling of Christmas every year. Like
that's
each
the thing that
clutch
sucks.
is a new Christmas for me.
It is. It sucks when you're getting down to your last clutches and you got to wait a while, or right now I've got 30 clutches in the incubator. I just cut clutch number 5. So I got 25 left, and I still got about 20 or 30 that have to lay, and I'm still pairing like 60. So it's
a lot of work.
A lot of work, but
but not as much as the old facility, right?
No, it's a lot less, and I'm still downsizing a little. But I got different goals now, and I might do. There's some animals that I didn't want to get rid of because I was gonna sell, and then when I found out that I have scrambler, like I had a bunch of pastel vanilla fire clown stuff, and I just didn't need them anymore, right? But vanilla and fire in scrambler, holy moly. So now I'm like, I'm not selling any of those. So I'm not selling any because I want to make scrambler with vanilla and OD combos and fire and vanilla and clown and, add some other stuff that works incredible. You'll see one day. So
I'm sure we will see one day.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to be on you until you let me see it, bro.
I'm going to post stuff up and people go, oh my God, what is that? I'm like, not even going to bother. I'm not even going to say, just, cool shit that I'm going to make more of. But thanks for having me, my man.
Man, it was an honor to have you on the show tonight, Billy.
I'm glad you see you.
I've come a long way just from
what
you taught me, man.
I'm glad. I'm glad. I remember we used to talk on the phone a couple nights a week, and I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? No, get rid of this. Get rid of that. You don't need that. Do homework. And
I did all that, bro.
Yeah.
And then some.
And then James Bergman would reach out and give you a hand too when I was busy. And I think because of you is how James came up with the idea of the chopping block, to tell you the truth.
It might have been. I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure. Because James, because he's like, hey man, you know what? I know you're dealing with so many people, and I know Sean, he's messaging and talking, and it's like, why don't I give him a hand too, if you don't mind? I'm like, no, that's what I like, all of us working together and helping each other. And then, I think he had such a good time explaining to you and passing his knowledge off to you and getting you to understand it, that he's like, you know what? If we can do this with Sean, why can't we do this with other people? Why can't we do this with all these people? Let them learn. And how to learn is basically, hey, here's what I got. What do I do with it? And all these people were giving us different, I would do this, I would do that. What do you want to do? But at the end of the day, the people on the chopping block was like, wow, I got a lot of info. I can do, like, I only thought I could do this. Now I can do this. I got to choose one and see what one I like. And there's a lot of stuff that I have that I was just trying to find a place because I have it, but I don't really want it. Then get rid of the fucking thing. And I think that's what we really did. We were all honest and open, and everybody on the chopping block took the criticism well. And it was like, man, yeah, you know what?
Hey, because the heat came down on everybody, man. The heat came down on everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all do.
And you know, your Patreon, man, it's more geared towards the person that wants to be really involved in the business. Like, you could watch it and be a hobbyist at the same time and learn how to do better projects for your hobbyist part. But for the most part, man, it's a lot of business stuff. At least that's what I learned from it.
You know, I mean, there's, you know, like, I'm still learning shit all the time. And I always want to learn and change and do things. So,
yeah, 100%.
You know, but if I can sit there and inspire someone or guide them or, you know, stop someone from making a mistake or too many mistakes, you know, it's a lot easier to bounce back after a couple mistakes. When everything is a mistake, fuck, your brain isn't even in the right fucking mind to, okay, let's start over again. People just say, fuck this, I'm done. You know, that's why, like, you know, if you catch someone early enough and teach them the right way or guide them or open their eyes up to different avenues where they can go look and choose for themselves, it's a lot easier, right?
You know? 100% easier.
100%. But I'm glad I can help and see where I remember where you started and I see where you are now, man. And I love it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. You're kind of like my mentor, my early mentor to the game.
That's it, man. I'm glad I could be, right? And I've done that with many people, and you know, people are still with me to this day. Some people go and come back and do.
Dude, I didn't even know what the hell a project was, bro. I was like, a project? What? I don't live in the What are you talking about? What project? Because you asked me, what's your project? And I'm like, I'm just breeding all kinds of shit.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You got to be focused. You got to have an idea. You gotta set a goal and go after it. Yep. So. But I'm glad you listened and learned, but I'm pretty sure I would bet that you were the one that gave James the idea to call me and say, you know what we did with Sean, we can do that with everybody in our group. We'll call it the chopping block. Yeah, and that's how it came. So I mean, you'll always be a part of, you know, Mutation Creations Patreon and chopping block. Yeah. You know, it was you, I, and James from Bergman Reptile Room that did that to create, and that's been helpful for many, many people.
Yeah. Hey, look, man, you want to chop me again, send me an invite. I'll send you a list.
Yeah, well, we haven't done one in a while, so we should get back into it soon. But
oh yeah, dude, that used to be my favorite thing. Come freaking, what was it, Fridays?
Friday nights, yeah.
Yeah, Friday nights, dude.
Yeah.
It's good times.
Yeah, 100%, man. We still do them. I have my live stream tomorrow for the Q&A. We do a Q&A every 2 weeks, and then top tier chopping block every second Friday. And if we don't have a chopping block, it's just a hangout. We just do a Zoom call and all chat about everything and see what's going on and questions and, you know, just hanging out with cool people.
Well, there you have it.
Keep in touch, my man. Keep in touch.
Huh?
Keep in touch.
100%, dude. I'm not losing touch. Why would I do that? That would be stupid on my part.
But no, thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. It was a blast, dude, getting to actually do an interview with you, because the first time you were on the channel was just for that New Year's Eve thing, and it was kind of chaotic. I had so many more questions for you, but just I couldn't get to them all tonight, man.
That's why you get me another time, man. Like,
yeah, for sure. For sure. Billy Part 2, the Big Boss 2.
Part 3, Part 4.
Yep, Part 3 and 4 and 5. Yeah, dude, all day, every day, man. Shit.
Thank you.
Yeah, man, I really appreciate you. I'm going to put you backstage if you don't mind hanging out.
Good night, everybody.
And we'll see you next time, Billy. Thank you so much, man. All right, man. Well, that's another week's episode of the Big Homies Breakdown. I appreciate each and every one of you who came in and got to learn a little bit about Billy tonight. We broke him down and we got things moving. Um, you know, Billy was very instrumental in teaching me how to be a breeder instead of just putting snakes in a tub and watching for tails to be locked up. Um, one more thing, folks. Be kind to others out there. Be forgiving. If someone slaps you on your left cheek, give them your right one. That's all I'm going to say tonight. With that, I hope you all have a great day. And hopefully, we all learn how to be kind to each other and learn forgiveness. With that, I'm out. I'll see y'all next week. Oh, by the way, next week, the 1 year anniversary. So come hang out, man. It's going to be a blast. We may even open it up for people to come in. So 1 year anniversary, man. Y'all come check that out. See you next week.